excuse me, Sweetberry. Welcome to In the Den. Apologize for the delay. Me and Scotty got into a very heated argument right before the stream started. I was about to go live. He comes busting in the door. He kind of, what happened to the Shaq Kush day? Yeah, he came in here. He busted in the door. He took a very possessive stance over the threshold. You feel me? And he said some things I didn't like. I said some things I didn't like, and we got to exchanging blows. So there's that. Wasn't it with what was your name? Shaq Kush TV or I don't know. It had to be one under Shaq Kush TV. I don't know. Yeah, Scotty was in here talking all kind of trash. He was saying bad stuff about y'all, so I had to punch him. He said I was neglecting him, all kind of stuff. So, I didn't take that disrespect very kindly. But welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. I'm glad you could join me this evening. Let's see what we got joining us tonight. We're going to get into a conversation. I'm going to play the video. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, I posted it in the Discord. I don't think I posted it on Facebook, but I did post a link in here too also. So if you got in there early, you might have caught it. Shout out to the Donald Discord, Mr. Cultured. What's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, I hope all is well. How are you this evening, ma'am? Man K Sports TV, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. The lovely Miss Just Sarah, how are you this evening, ma'am? Beyond the funny nigga. See, look, you ruined the whole point. But yes, I knew it was going to be you. But there's a reason why it still needs to be discussed. Infinity, a reformed pimp. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see, Marie Lovely, the lovely Miss Marie. How are you this evening, ma'am? D the Gamma, how are you this evening, ma'am? Where is your videos? Sweetberry. The name is very deceptive, it's like false. That's false advertisement. That man, Sticky North, I appreciate the love, man. How you doing this evening, sir? The lovely Miss K Grace, the lovely Lady Grace. How are you this evening, ma'am? Broderick, Mr.
$10 challenge
Broderick
in full effect.
Brooks.
I claim my time. Happy person, open mouth smile.
Thank you, Miss Just Sarah. So the $10 challenge is full effect already. Broderick, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. I'll make sure I didn't miss nobody. Mr. Crystal, a.k.a. Cushington. Trying to figure out his old name. It was like Shaq Kush _ TV or something like that, wasn't it? I believe it was something of the sort. Let me see. You deleted it either, Gavin. Why? And the Dennis and Just Sarah.
Honcho, watch this tears of joy.
I'm saying. Look, I need to adjust this thing so that I can tell what the hell is going on. I guess I don't think I'll let you do it like that. That scamming ass bitch. Let's see. when I see that's what I'm saying. Why are you gonna take the videos down? That's what I'm saying. I didn't even get a chance to see it. Slick Whips, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? Let me see. Make sure if I missed you, I ain't dish you. Already appreciate the love, Mr. Sticky Northside. See, here's the thing: you can't delete yourself and then think you're gonna figure out your flow. Like, you have to start going and then get consistent. Like, your first videos are going to be terrible. Like, they're supposed to be terrible. Like, even if they're good, they're supposed to be terrible. So, like, down the line, a couple of months from then, once you've got some under your belt and you look back, you're like, wow, that was really bad. I wish I'd have known this or did this or did this. Like, they're going to be bad no matter what, even if they're good. No one is coming out the gate and going to hit perfectly on the first video that they put up, or the first couple. Like, if they do it something staged or there's some mysterious forces behind it. But, like, my thing is just go. You just gotta do it. Herman Cain died today, man. That's crazy. That's the thing. Let me, I don't have any notes, right? I do not have any notes. I'll tell you.
$10. Challenge hugging, face rolling hard. I'm voting hash Trump 2020 because I ain't black. Open mouth, smile, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. I reclaim my.
I wanted to have like a
time. Happy person, open mouth, smile, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
So that's why, I try to just kind of go with the flow usually, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Missed a few days. A lot of things to discuss. So Herman Cain, unfortunately, no longer with us due to COVID.
Let's get this party started. Dancer, 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 tears of joy rolling on the floor, laughing hard.
USPS, United States Postal Service, cutting a lot of hours. I don't know if anybody is noticing that or is talking about that, but thank you, Miss Just Sarah, and thank you, Miss K Grace, the lovely ladies of the den. I appreciate it. Reclaim my time. I've been out of it. Like, I know that apparently there's been some hearings with the social media stuff going on. I didn't even catch those. What else? It's been some other off the wall shit. It's been a bunch of shit, and I know I'm forgetting a lot because there's been a lot going on, and then I've been just kind of operating in another space. But the United States Postal Service cutting a lot of hours, right? And they've been kind of like hemorrhaging money for a while now. They've kind of been on the brink of not making it. They should just raise the price of the fucking stamps, right? But no. But in all seriousness, like, a lot of them across the country are cutting their hours like in half. Basically staying open till like noon, man. Until noon. Man, Sticky, man, I appreciate it, man. Look. And I'm digging the daughter in the shirt, man. That's dope. That's dope. I like that. But man, like I say, it's just look, we just here, man. Like I say, at this point, like, I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, just a lot differently, and I'm gonna get into that. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe in the Discord, maybe in the Discord, maybe in the Discord, because that way I can just talk real crazy, say all the stuff that needs to be said, whatever's on my mind. YouTube, you gotta be like, hey, you gotta always have that filter on. You gotta be careful of the shit you say, right? So, but I've just been looking at stuff a lot differently since this whole episode of Earth 2020, the season 2020. And so yeah, these last few episodes, it's 12 episodes a season. What is this, episode 7, the end of episode 7. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's getting crazier. And I can't wait till we get to episode 11 because it's going to be batshit nuts. But you got a lot of people pushing for people to stay home, not to go out, don't do this. You just had John Lewis's funeral. And so, a lot of people, hey, you had a bunch of people gathered there, so what about that? And, people talking about, well, voting and things of that nature, crowded lines, people standing outside, it could delay the process. So let's mail in the ballots, right? Let's just mail it in. But how are we going to mail it in if we don't have a fucking postal service, right? Mr. Man Up, you finna call a rap already? Man, appreciate you coming through. What was the Pepsi thing, man? When you get a chance, shoot me a message on that. 'Cause I saw the Pepsi stuff last night. Because here's what happens: if y'all are not a part of the Den Discord, like you're really missing out. Like you can be a part of the Den Discord and still be missing out. That's actually a good idea. Because it's just so much conversation goes on, right? It's like, it's so much that happens in there. Like, you can be in there every night, you end up falling fucking asleep and you still gonna miss some shit. But, like, I saw all kind of, different pictures and various things. And so sometimes you come into the Den Discord after, maybe being in there the night before, even if you weren't in there the night before, you just see all kind of pictures and comments and things. You're just like, what the fuck kind of conversation was taking place in here last night, right? So, it was, it's funny. So, let me see. River for Pops, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Bad and Bougie, how are you, ma'am? I've been looking for you. We have a conversation we need to have. I don't even remember what the conversation is right now. It'll come back to me here in a minute. But, I remember what it was, yeah. So, but good evening, ma'am. I hope all is well. So, give me a second. Let me pop this video up. And again, if you hadn't had a chance to see it, and we're going to talk about it. And there's a lot of things going on here, right? But there's a reason why I do really want to talk about this. Give me, gosh darn it. I don't know what I need to do. I guess I should put that there. So just download it. Maybe I did put that there. Oh, I was ahead of the game. All right. Give me just one moment here. All right. You have to excuse the terrible quality. Let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna make this look a little bit better. Oh fuck, we'll just do this. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna play the video real quick. But it'll take a long time to play it. Like, I actually just missed that message. I'm sorry. I didn't see who it said.
I can't wait to point and laugh at people that fell for the Russia hoax. Tears of joy, 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 right finger exploding head.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Pleasure to the pleasure. I gotta change that little alien thing. That shit is really irrelevant too, right? I guess I could have just did that too. Let me just play the video. Let me just stop overcomplicating it and play it, right? So I'll just probably pop it up here. Fix it somehow.
Another bag. I can't with you and your foolishness. Oh my God.
Hide that for a second. I found a better way to position this. But anyway, I guess let me preface it. So anyway, this is the video. It's about a minute of it is missing. And this is a gentleman approaching his girlfriend in the kitchen after their daughter's 3rd birthday party. And again, so I want to know your thoughts. I'm just going to watch it, and then we're going to discuss it. I'm going to open up the lines. Not too long after that, I'll share my thoughts, and then we will we'll discuss it. I'll cut my mic here so that you guys hopefully can hear it clearly.
Another bag. I can't with you and your foolishness. Oh my God. You are one silly man, I tell you.
Open it up.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh man. Duct tape, really?
They ran out.
You're such an amazing rapper.
They ran out. I'm sorry.
An envelope? What could this be? What could this be? It's not shaking. It's not my necklace, I don't think. Let's open this up. Ooh, it feels kind of thick, okay? Hold on, it may be. Maybe. Pay? This better be a ticket to Dubai for 2 weeks straight, round trip. Because you know I've been wanting to go to Dubai.
Open it up. Yeah, read it.
What is this?
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts. So
What
I went that
doubts?
DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why would you do this? She loves you though. Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
Oh babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right, well, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the end of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
But
You
that's your
and
daughter.
your daughter had to the end of the month to get out of my house.
But that's
Kelly.
your daughter.
It's not my daughter, Kelly.
Yes, it
The
is.
paperwork says it's not my daughter.
Why would you do this?
I am not the father.
No. Stop, babe. Can we just talk? Get the camera on my face. Can we just talk? Get it.
So that is interesting to say the very least, right? And who's in there talking about they want to know the backstory? The backstory, really? The backstory, went out to go get groceries. There was a spill on the dairy aisle. She slipped, landed on some dick, got pregnant. That's the backstory. No, so what you have here is a gentleman issuing this young lady a document stating that the daughter of, or supposedly the daughter is not his, right? The 3-year-old child is not his. And requesting that she leaves, right? Well, why was he not a gentleman? And so my thing is this, and this is what I think is going to be a very interesting conversation, because I've seen lots of different views on this topic. Some saying that, he shouldn't have kicked him out, that wasn't right. Some felt that the woman was deceptive. So she deserved it. It's not his responsibility. She lied to him. I think I think it's actually pretty simple. Super simple. Super simple. But why is it bitch assness on his part? Why not? If she's lived this lie for so long and you feel like you've had to go out of your way, you've been deceived. She's withholding. This is a very big secret that she would have been willing to withhold from you for the rest of your life. To believe that you are the parent of a child that you did not create. That's a very big thing. And to record a response to it, well, I don't see any problem with that these days, because we know people act crazy. People do very strange things. And so you almost have to record yourself nowadays to protect yourself, because you just never know how anybody's going to respond in any given situation. But people said, think about the kid. It's messed up. The kid doesn't deserve that. He shouldn't have kicked her out. Some people said, he was too nice to say that she had a month to get her stuff together. She should have been kicked out immediately. So I've heard lots of different views and perspectives on this situation, right? And I put it like this. Shout out to Houston, Texas Talk. That's the motherfucking deal. So I'm assuming that's what
she really thought she had him on lock. Props to him.
My thing is just like this. I look at it like this. This is my thought, my belief, the whole scenario and situation. And let me make sure to give a shout out to Professor Trill, because he suggested the topic. He always says, I never take the topics he suggests. He sends me stuff on the gram, and I never, ever talk about them. So, voila. But like I said, I do think there's just different ways. Like, I think you have to be cautious nowadays. Maybe, you say, well, why do it on the kid's birthday, right? Well, would he have been wrong to do it if he found out earlier, to do it right before the kid's birthday? Wouldn't that have been worse? Like kids expecting to have a party, or you expect to go. Like, wouldn't it have been worse to do it before? And then, why should he suffer and wait any longer? Maybe he wants to enjoy one last good moment with the child, right? But my thing, I look at it like this, right? It's simple. She was in the wrong. She deceived this man. I think he's being more than fair and generous by saying that, you have a month to do this. Because ultimately, like I say, by this additional month that he's, that they're sticking around, he's suffering. He's the one that has to deal with the pain. She doesn't have to deal with it. She hadn't gave a shit. She didn't give a shit for fucking, the 3 years prior. And then, the time that you're carrying the child. So almost 4 years of living a lie, right? And not giving a shit. So I don't feel bad for her. Unfortunately, the child is caught up in the situation, but that is the fault of the mother for putting the child in that situation, right? And I mean, that's just what it is. So if people are upset about the child, then you need to be upset with the mom, because she put the kid in a bad situation. And I think, with a lot of these situations, I think this happens a lot more.
1X for Honcho. YTF not.
Appreciate the love. Mr. Houston, Texas Talk. I agree. Why the fuck not, right? Look, but this is what you gotta understand. There's always a reason beyond the funny nigga. You gotta understand. I've come to realize. I tell y'all, I've been just learning a lot of things over the last few months. Things that I didn't want to learn, but I've had to come to realizations. And this is where we are now in society. Realizations. So, because this is the thing, that these things take place in reality quite often, a lot more than we'd like to believe. And so it's good to see how people responded to this thing. And again, so people call this man a hoe ass nigga and all kinds of like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? is he in the wrong for getting lied to? You know what I mean? Do I consider myself a Puma? No. Puma doesn't even make shoes in my size. I'm surprised I found this shirt. But you know, my deal is like, my deal is like, you know, people are like, oh, it's, he's wrong for that. He shouldn't have done that. You know, again, like, what about the kid? Well, what about the kid, right? Like, what about the women who do these things and have another man believing that, you know, he is the child? You don't realize you're not just lying to that man. You're lying to that child, because you're having this child create a bond with someone. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. You know, it's good to have somebody to have, you know, to be in that position. But to do so falsely, you know, again, like, you're not only lying to the man, you're lying to the child. So, you know, any issues that you're having concerns with, you know, about the well-being of that child is in the hands of a very deceptive mother. And the way that the response happened, you know, basically failing to accept any blame in the situation, like, again, like I say, you cheated, no I didn't, things of that nature. Again, reflecting similar conversations I've heard in situations like this, or you've seen if you've come across these type of things. And it's just like, I think that's a symptom of society, where most of the time, it depends on the situation. Women are not expected to take the blame for most things, like little bitty simple shit, and it is what it is. But what happens is that, like, when they're never held accountable or responsible for, like, the little petty shit that nobody cares about, like, when it comes to shit like this, then when some real shit happens, then they you know, they don't know, well, how do you respond? You freeze up, right? Yeah, flight tickets, Dubai and all that other crazy shit. But here's the thing, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is, yes, it was a fabricated incident, but it generated a very important conversation, because, like I said, these things are taking place. I want to throw another video in there.
What kind of flight tickets was she expecting?
I should have mentioned it too. I guess I should have got the video, but I'm just thinking about it. I don't know if y'all saw that one, because that one was kind of taking the internet by storm. And that's a conversation we've had recently in the Den Discord, right? And the other conversation was the guy pulled up right in the car. Basically, I'm going to give you the synopsis of it. With his mom in the front seat to come pick up his girlfriend or wife or whatever, from wherever. And so the wife was mad, saying that the mom needed to get in the back seat. Mom was saying that the wife needed to get in the back seat, and you know, there was a deal. Now, I said that argument is only a black man argument, because I'm gonna be honest with you. White people, I love you, but you guys, like, discard your parents at like 12. Like, they are no longer the head of household. Like, 14, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? They just pay the fucking bills. So you pay the bills here, I run this shit. Like, I've seen it happen on multiple occasions. Like, so I already know, like fucking, I already know the white answer to this is no, goddamn, it's my fucking wife. Mom, get the fuck out of my face. What the fuck is wrong with you? Make me some goddamn hot cocoa. Yes, with the goddamn marshmallows. But fucking, so that's what I said. It's a black conversation, because even Broderick brought that up. So, like, because, you know, black men have this weird motherly dynamic, right? It's a weird thing. Like, that's why it's only, like, and it shouldn't be a thing between your wife and your mother. Like, yes, you have all the respect in the world for your mom and all that, but, you know, even though I'm not necessarily a biblical guy, it has some very interesting things that it says in there that I think that if you use it as a standard, I'm not saying you have to believe in any particular religion, but if you use it as a standard for living, I think that you'd be all right in most cases. But there's a line in there that says, you know, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Now, I don't know that's always true. You know, sometimes motherfuckers find the wife and then find all they shit at a half off sale. But, you know, I guess it's a thing. But it talks about basically when you go to seek a wife that you should be, you know, you leave your parents behind. And that's what it should be. How the fuck you think you got parents? Because your fucking dad made your wife something with him. I don't know. Maybe not. You know, some of y'all, you know, might have been the product of a hit and run. It is what it is. You know, it happens. So we're not going to go down that road tonight.
Define wife.
Liz, what's the motherfucking deal? Anthony James, what's the motherfucking deal? Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? And Trio, I gave you a shout out because you know, you say I never take your topics and make them into a thing. So I gave you a shout out, Trio, that this is your topic. See, but that's a black. See, man, I'm ready to argue, man. But you gonna call in tonight because we need to argue. I think about Black Lives Matter still. We still got to argue about that. I've been waiting on that argument. Or we can do it in the Discord. I wasn't gonna really get on the Discord too long today. But I mean, if you want to argue in the Discord, I'll argue with you in the Discord. You know, I still love you. I just want to argue with you a little bit. Just not even argue, because I don't really like arguing with women. Like, fuss with you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, just some belief corrections, if you will. All right, cool, good. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I ain't heard from Girl 6 in a while. But yeah, so, you know, my thing, but it's a black thing. You know, that the mom, and I think black moms expected kind of too. That's why, you know, it is what it is. I mean, just looking like at these drafts, right? These NFL drafts or these you know, NBA drafts, whatever. Look at how maybe in NBA is not as good of an example, but look at like the NFL draft, right? And how black players respond to their parents, generally their mom, versus how white players respond to their parents. Like, and again, it's not necessarily trying to make this like a race thing. Let's talk culture, because I think that's the discussion that we need to start having. Like, I think it's easy to throw everything on race, but I think the way we are nowadays, there's so many differences. I think it's culture, but then, you know, you say, well, whose culture, right? Well, it could be some type of American culture. I don't fucking know, right? But let me stop right there, right? Let's get to it. But the white kids don't respond like the same. It's different. It really is. Like, it's like, say, it's just something we'll get into. We'll get further into that conversation. Do it for the culture. Let's see. I don't think so, man. I don't like. Here's my thing, because you put a lot of these black kids in these primarily what we would call white areas. You know what I'm saying? What do? Most of them adapt to that culture. Now, if they were born outside of that and then, you know, put into a new scene, and of course they're probably going to hold on to, you know, their roots. But if they were born in an area where it's either affluent or whatever, like you see niggas in boat shoes and fucking little weird shorts all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is. We gonna do a lot of disagreeing tonight, Bad Bougie. I'm ready for it. So, you know, like, my thing is just like, I do think it's more culture. Now, will race and those factors probably come up? I mean, I'm sure they do come into play. But again, that's for that individual to deal with. You know, if you know, it just kind of is what it is. It's like, because he's going to be, say, a black kid in that culture is going to be more likely to be embraced by, you know, other people in that culture than he is before, if he goes to the hood and tries to blend in somewhere where he has no, you know, like, no familiarity, right? So, I mean, like, I think everything's dynamic. I think there's levels to all of it. There's you know, it's just, I think everything has lots of different, it's multi-layered. So, I mean, you can look at it from so many different angles. I think, honestly, and I'm going to open up the lines. I know you're tired of me rambling. Honestly, if you want to prove, you can prove anything you want to fucking believe, right? Like, you can prove anything you want to believe. I don't know, you're talking about, well, what happened? We're talking about the man and his wife and mom, and we're talking about the kid thing. But y'all know I got my Honcho rants. I'm rambling up for the done. But in reality, you can prove anything you want to prove. You do just enough research and you paint it in the proper perspective. That's why you have people who believe so adamantly on both sides of it. When people are like, well, how can somebody believe that or think that on the opposite side or something? That's why. Because if you listen to the right sources, any narrative can be painted about anything you want to believe. That's why there's so many opposing views on everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything you can think of, there's a motherfucker with an opposing view to yours. Like, you can't say the sky is blue. It's more like North Carolina light. I don't fucking know. I don't got a fucking color wheel. I don't look something blue related, right? But it's always somebody's gonna fucking argue with you about some shit. But let's get it in. I have been talking for 45 minutes. Well, I got in like 7 minutes late, but we're not gonna count that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Let me get the line open. But yeah, so let me get the line open. We're gonna be talking either if you want to discuss what's more important, man or wife. That's on the table. If you want to discuss, the response to the "It's Not My Baby" video, right? Because these are things that take place. These are things that happen, right? The videos themselves may have been reenactments, if you will, right? That used to be the word they used to use all the time back in the day, reenactments. But these are serious, these are real situations that take place. So, just want to know your thoughts while I get into the phone with "Is my password." Oh, okay, there we go. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the love, Houston, Texas Talk. Shout out to Miss Jacera, K. Grace, Sticky Northside. Appreciate all y'all. While I'm skimming and waiting for this to load up. What's this? What the fuck is this? I guess this fucking thing has a new look to it or something. Okay. I guess, fucking change it up. Let's put the number up here. Bada bing, bada boom, Betty Boop. That's the number. You want to call in 855-948-0369. If you want to call into the Denline one time for the one time, wherever Lady Delicious is. That suspected white supremacist. But yeah, like I say, we call and talk about a variety of things. Whatever's on your mind, how we doing the den too. If it's just something else, but like I say, it's been so much other crazy shit going on. Like I say, talking about the postal thing. If you have any concerns about that, right? Like, the fucking post office is dying, man. Like, what happens? I got a fucking PO, but I'm not gonna pay that bitch. Like, that bitch might not even be there for the next fucking few months. So I'll pay that bitch. They just me on my little fucking $20-something bucks, right? That's some whole ass shit. Like, then I have to sue the government for fucking me over. I don't even think the post office like really a government. It's like they are. Son of a bitch! I erased the fucking cookies. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh, 1 second, Mr. Man. Let me check, make sure I ain't mute you. I kind of roamed you a little bit. All right, I think you should be good.
All right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I had to go and give you a call before I laid it down.
Okay.
But I have to speak about this video when you put it in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And this is basically what we were talking about last night in the Discord. Mainly word, topic for topic, everything. It's like look, put it like this here, man. You cannot sit here and justify saying that this man was wrong for what he did. Now, I will give you a little bit leeway when you're talking about the kid. Yeah, that's kind of a iffy situation. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where I don't know. So I put it like this here. You know, the roles will reverse. Should be just like that damn football player's wife that go to the hotel and try to shoot his ass, try to kill him. She'd probably be just like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just mighty funny when the man catches the woman, he's wrong for his actions and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird how it works that way. Look, if you do somebody wrong, accept the consequences and move on with your life. Now, remember I told you this kind of happened to me, and I said, at least you right. At least he was nice and gave them to the end of the month to get out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just look at it like this. I don't think he was wrong. Now I can understand when you're talking about the kid. Yeah, that's kind of up in the air. You know, I don't know how I would do that situation. So maybe my feelings might get the best of me in that moment. I don't know, but that's just one of those things. I don't know. I guess I have to be in that situation to find out. But when it comes to this here, though, I think it was smart how it was kind of funny how he did. He put that thing in all those different bags. That was funny as hell. He made her work. He made her work to find that damn DNA test. That was funny. But I just look at it like this. At the end of the day, man, guess what? Talk about fair play. When it's done to a man, everybody want to say, well, she wasn't happy, or she need to. He wasn't take care of his business at home. All that good stuff. But when it's done to a woman, oh, he's wrong. He shouldn't do that. That blah blah blah. No, it's the same exact thing. So I ask this question all the time to the ladies. Why, when the same exact thing happens, is different reactions, but it's the same thing. The same exact thing, but it's different reactions when it's on the man and on the woman. You can't have it both ways. But anyway, like I said, this is exactly what we were talking about in the Discord last night. It was like one of those things where we were saying that I forgot how homie was putting a big M was putting it. He was saying something about it's his job as a man to make sure his wife is happy, all that good stuff. I was like, wait a minute. You can do whatever you can, but if somebody step out, you can't sit here and say that it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? People have to understand that you're not going to get 100% of your needs met. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'm going to go and lay it down. I got to get up early. So I just wanted to be the first call in and, give my 2 cents. I'll holler at you, man. All right, then. Have a good one.
I'm sorry, my mic off. We're talking about the same reason that people continue to watch Tyler Perry movies. That's why we're talking about this shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hola, amigo.
¿Cómo está, mi amigo? Juan from Nueva York. How are you this evening?
Muy bien, gracias. Mucho gracias.
Good. So what's on your mind this evening, Mr. John?
So con estas noches, blah, 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 blah. So the video's fake.
Yeah.
I find it to be very horrible acting. Even if it was real, what is up with putting all these little gift bags together and putting a bag inside of a bag inside of a bag.
But in anticipation, like the best part of gift giving.
But I mean, the whole if the video was real, like really, you went through all that time to do that? Like that is some high school scorned woman bullshit. Like if that was a real life event and it was me, I would have thrown the DNA test in her face. Like here, like I am not spending my time going through all that. I think it was very bad acting. I think it makes it perpetuates another bad stereotype about black women. And I think it's just silly.
Okay. So, Mr. John, I got a question. If you were a married man, would you put your wife or your mother first?
In the front seat of the car?
In the front seat of the car, or when it comes down to maybe having to decide on differing opinions on things. I mean, just in general.
I guess it would depend on the situation. Front seat of the car goes to my mother. I believe it always goes to the elderly person in the car, or your mother or father, or someone else's mother or father if you're in the car with multiple people. When it comes to, my mother before my wife or something like that, I guess it would depend on the situation.
Okay. Interesting.
Why? What about you?
Well, I think the old lady goes before the mom. Like, I think it just gets to a point where again, it's there has to be. What's the right way to say it without sounding like a fucking asshole? Like, I don't want to say you outgrow your parents, but I mean, your family is the next generation, so you have to kind of put your clan first. Not saying that your parents aren't worthwhile or anything, but you just kind of. I think that I know the elderly get a level of respect, but I think mom's okay in the backseat. She'll be all right.
Now, let's make this question more difficult. If you have two dads, who goes in the front seat first?
So this is a trick question. Because if you have two fucking dads...
Or if you have two moms. If you have two moms, who goes in the front seat first?
So again, another trick question. Neither one of them, because if you have two dads or two moms, you don't fucking exist. So that's what happens.
No. You're adopted. You could be adopted. You could be adopted by a loving LGBTQIA plus household. So you might have two dads or two moms. Who goes in the front seat? How do you decide that?
This is a problem.
Now I'm wondering, could we say that one of the two dads who takes the more feminine role would get the front seat, and of the two moms, the one who takes the more feminine role would take the front seat? Would you think that would be a fair way of the?
I don't know. Like, it's such a weird thing. I don't know. Whoever has the most fucking identity politics that they can fucking claim, or whoever has the most fucking intersectional issues or something. I don't know. I don't. It's a fucking crazy conversation to be having. This is the craziest conversation we've ever had.
How about if it's prepaid Mike versus Beyond a Funny Nigga? Who goes in the front seat if it's your choice?
Prepaid.
You just broke Beyond's heart. You know that?
Now, because see, here, this is what happens, right? Because see, what you're saying, if me driving with prepaid and Beyond a Funny Nigga having the choice out of front seat and back seat, it's just three black men in a vehicle. We're going to get pulled over. Prepaid has the legalese and the proper speak. So him being in the front seat will give him direct access to, you know, whatever officer is deciding to, you know, check us out. So I'd rather have prepaid in the front seat than beyond the funny nigga trying to cap and crack jokes on the cop and we all go to jail and it's a wrap for us.
Oh man! So what did you think of the video?
I thought it was interesting because, like, you know, the acting is bad, but it's about the topic at hand. Because I think this thing happens more than people realize about, you know, women. What is it? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You know, now I don't think men catch them as much in manners like this. You know, I guess it was very dramatic. It was real outrageous. I think I'd probably be kind of along similar lines. You don't necessarily know if I'd throw it in her face, but I just say, hey, I have some pertinent information here that suggests you should probably get the fuck out. You know, and definitely expedite the situation. Like, I wouldn't want to sit there and marinate in the shit to try to prove a point. Like, yeah, we'd have to, you know, get it going and move forward. But like, to me, I thought it brought up a good conversation along with the other video. I've been finding it very interesting that these scenarios that have been being acted out have been getting so much traction as of late. So I find that very interesting. But what do you think about the whole post office situation? Is that a bad sign to you?
You know, I read that they secured a $10 billion loan, and now they're laying people off. The upcoming election is supposed to be a heavy percentage of it is supposed to be mail-in ballots, but supposedly they're already doing like dry runs, and like a large percentage of the ballots are going missing. So I mean, it's just, I've always said that when you privatize something, it's run better. Because when there's someone there whose money is held responsible and they're able to generate a profit, they'll make sure things are run smoother. They'll cut out the excess fat. So, and people have been saying this about the post office for years. You need to privatize it. So, I mean, whatever. They're not going to do the right thing. So I don't even want to bother talking about it.
Okay. So
what is this caller? Not call. I'm sorry. The lady in the chat room, Liz Neptune. She keeps asking me if I'm willing to say the K word. Is she talking about the K word for Jewish people?
Killer.
She says there's a K word, a word that starts with the letter K. Is she talking about for Jewish people? The slur for Jewish people?
What are you saying? To go fly a kite?
Like, yeah, I guess it rhymes with that, I guess. I would never say that word. When is the last time you saw a Jewish guy walking down the street and he bumped into his Jewish friend and he was like, yo, what up, my kike? It never happens. It's not a term of endearment.
Oh,
it would never happen.
You see, when that happens, and right now, see, none of y'all realize what just took place. Right now, a silent alarm just went off once that word was mentioned. Now, the entire Jewish community is rallying together. They're going to put out a public statement condemning you for using that word. They're going to cancel you. You're in the process of being canceled right now. By the time this call is over with, they're going to cancel you.
No, I used it in the proper context. But I would never use it as a term of endearment because they don't use it as a term of endearment. No one uses it as a term of endearment. But the black community,
yes,
specifically the hip-hop community within the black community,
yes,
has embraced it, made efforts to monetize it, and use it on a regular basis. So it's a term of endearment, as long as you say it with the A at the end, not with the ER. So, and the reason why I said to you last night, I've said it in the past, is I use it. It's not really for the same reason. I kind of don't want to go deep into detail because I want to lay it out on my show. But I'll just say it has something to do with the Dave Chappelle skit that he did on Netflix that had the liberals pissed off when a TV producer said to him, "You can't say the F word because you're not gay, but you can say the N word." And he goes, "Yeah, but I'm not an N word either." The reason why I say it kind of plays into that. But yeah, I would never say the K word. It's just they don't say it's not a term of endearment. why would I say it if it's not a term of endearment? If black people never said it, I would never say it either. I don't say slurs about anybody else that don't use it as a term of endearment. So, you know.
Do you think that people would embrace it if you said it kind of like, "What's up, my kaika"? Like added the A at the end? Kind of you do with it?
You know what I was saying? To everybody who got mad, to everyone who got mad that they were taking Aunt Jemima name off the box and picture because Aunt Jemima comes from the minstrel shows, even though we won't talk about that a man named Billy Kersands created it, and he was black, and then he was a famous and rich singer and entertainer, comedian, and then he opened up his own black minstrel show and toured the country with it. He created the Aunt Jemima character for the minstrel shows and the song Old Aunt Jemima. I was saying maybe if Aunt Jemima is offensive, we can change it to Aunt Jemima, and it'll be okay. We'll just change, like we took the N-word with the ER and changed it to the A, we could take Jemima and change it to Jemima. My whole point is it's a whole hot mess. Yes. But what was the question you asked me? I'm getting old.
Oh, adding the A at the end of Pike. Do you think if we change it like you changed the N-word or nigga or nigger, however y'all prefer to use it?
Because they never embraced it. They said it was a disgusting term from day one, and they never embraced it. They never tried to monetize it. They never put it into their comedy skits. They never put it into their movies that they produce. They never put it into their business language and business manual. Nothing Jewish revolves around that word in a term of endearment in any way. So why would I use it as a term of endearment? Unless I was trying to start a new trend, and I don't think it would go too well. I mean, Nick Cannon probably uses it, and Professor Griff probably uses it all the time. but I don't.
Oh, Nick, not no more, Nick. Nick is a changed man. They did a complete 180 on Nick Cannon in about 28 hours. He's fucking donating to Holocaust museums and shit. He's fucking taking online classes and shit.
Here's my thing. If Professor Griff is so mad at Jewish people and he wants black people to do better, which is, I think it's a good thing, you want your own people to do better regardless of what race you are, how could you sit there and let Nick Cannon run his mouth knowing he has all that money and base that he's building and he's going to lose by talking about it, and you just sat there as a broke-ass motherfucker and let him do that knowing he's going to lose everything, and you just sat there with a smile on your face? Like, he's not being talked about enough. Like, you want to build up black people, Professor Griff, which is a good thing to do, and you sat there and you let a black guy do something that you knew was going to destroy his money and destroy building black wealth. You just sat there and let him do it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, no, Nick, let me say the stupid shit. I got nothing to lose. You sit here and look pretty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, when they say your skin folk ain't always your kinfolk, and I believe a lot of these, sometimes there's folks that play a role, but they actually might be agents. They may not have your best interest in mind. So I tell people, you know, you got to make the best decisions for yourself sometimes, you know.
Yes, I just want to say I love the Jewish community. I respect y'all. May Jehovah bless you. You're the chosen people. Rabbis are the best. Bar mitzvahs, become a man. Jehovah. Yes, Jewish community. Please don't cancel Honcho and I.
No, damn that. I ain't never been invited to no damn bar mitzvah. Fuck that. I would like to go to a fucking party. Well, not now. I mean, I guess it'd be real weird. Fucking a few years away from fucking 40, going to a fucking 13-year-old's party. That'd be really strange. But, you know, I never got the invite when I was younger, so I'm still kind of salty about that. So, you know, we'll you know, I have to have a meeting with the Jewish community at the next racial draft, and we'll have to have a discussion about some things. But no, I don't know.
To answer someone in your comment section, he's Anthony James. Mm-hmm. He's saying, so the Jewish dude on the phone won't say the K word, but he will say the N word. Did I hear that correctly? I'm new here. Is he a regular? Yes, I'm a regular, and I won't say the K word because the K word is never used as a term of endearment by the Jewish community. But the N word with the A on the end of it, nigga, is used as a term of endearment. It's used as a term of endearment and day-to-day talk by a large segment of the black community, not all of it, certainly the hip-hop community. It is often not censored, and the reason why I use it, there's more to it, which I will explain at a later date, and it has something to do with what Dave Chappelle said about how certain words can't be said, but certain other words can be said. So there you go.
Oh man, I'll be on the fun niggas gonna call in, and then by the end of the stream, I'm gonna call in with his address and start making threats. Oh, Josephine, Johnny. No, but no, yes, John. Mr. John is a regular. Again, we are firm believers in free speech in the den.
Yes, and to answer someone else's question in the chat room, I don't walk up to random black people and use it. I don't even use it with black people that I know who don't use the word themselves. I only use it when I talk to black people who use the word themselves. I have a couple of black friends who do use it. I have a couple of black friends who never use it. The ones who never use it, I never use it with them. The ones who do use it, I use it with them. Kind of giving you a hint into why I say it. I'm slowly letting it out as to what the reason is that I say it. But I don't want to. I want to keep it a surprise until I release a particular video on it on my show. I mean, hopefully these people in the den keep the same energy when black people call in and use the word cracker and honky and peckerwood and Neanderthal. I know that they keep the same energy. Because after all, white people shouldn't be using racial slurs. No one should be using racial slurs because we want everyone to be viewed as equal.
That's labeled under white people? Neanderthal? Neanderthal's labeled under white people?
What's that?
Neanderthal. That's labeled under a white racial slur?
It's said to be in a demeaning way. I mean, the Denisovans were a pre-archaic human that were found amongst the Oceania and Asian continent DNA. Neanderthals is Middle Eastern and European DNA and a little bit of North African DNA. But I have a new video, which I'm going to be releasing, that shows that Africa is part of the pre-archaic human family. So Neanderthal, Denisovan, they're the same thing in the sense that they're a pre-archaic form of Homo sapiens. I have some interesting information to welcome to the African people that they're part of me, the European and Asian family. They have discovered recently that West Africans have between 2 and 19% pre-archaic human DNA. They discovered it when they sequenced the DNA chain. They haven't found the fossils yet because it's very difficult to find fossils in a sub-Saharan climate. The reason why they'd be able to find fossils in, say, ancient Egypt or Morocco is because the temperature there is, the climate there is different. And also the Egyptians used to mummify the dead. But West African DNA has between 2 and 19% non-Homo sapien DNA in it, depending which tribe in West Africa. Pre-archaic DNA means the same thing as Neanderthal, Denisovan. They haven't named the pre-archaic human from West Africa yet. They just discovered it. They call it ghost DNA. If you actually Google ghost DNA West Africa, you'll see numerous reputable websites come up with the articles and the information in it. So when I listen to these Hebrew Israelite chat rooms, and I listen to these 5%ers, Nation of Islam people talk, and they say Neanderthal, and they kind of said they're a little bit less human than us, I say, welcome to the family, my friend, my brothers and sisters. We're all connected.
That's awful. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna check that out though. I'm gonna look into the ghost DNA thing. Let's see what.
Just Google West African ghost DNA. There's Reuters articles, BBC News articles. There's a bunch of articles out there, and they just discovered it in February of this year.
Okay. Oh, so it's some rather new discovery. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely have to check that out. Heidi's a terrible person. If y'all haven't known and haven't been refreshed on there. But yeah, we will. Yes, I know there are a couple other folks on the line, so we will get back to the topic at hand. But do you have anything else you want to add about the discussion about the baby mama situation, Mr. John? There.
Yeah, I would just like to say I love everybody in the den. God bless you all. You're wonderful people. You're amazing people. Even if I don't like you, I still love you. I want you guys to strive to do better. Let's
John
not use
is
any racial slurs towards
Liz,
anybody.
stop being messy face with rolling eyes.
What?
I love you. I love you. I love you, Honcho. Good night, and God bless.
But John, wait one second. I hear where you're going with the let's not use any racial slurs. But what if I counter that with let's use all the racial slurs on everybody? And
well,
we just kind of numb this stuff.
If everything is racist, then nothing becomes racist.
Right?
If everything is racist, then nothing is racist.
Right. So I think we can go either way here. I think we just, as a society, we need to make a decision. We're either going to go all in or we're going to go all out.
Don't
I think we're just kind of
Liz's
teetering in
call.
the middle here. Once we figure that out, I think we can cure racism one way or the other. But all right.
So do you want to get us started? Would you like to do the honors?
I at least want the den to exist for at least the rest of the week. But we'll see. I maybe have to get the party started in the Discord.
Well, Liz keeps saying that I'm wrong and I'm being defensive and bad and bougie. He's talking about how I should sit down. But I don't see how I'm being defensive. I'm being honest. Jewish people don't use it as a term of endearment. They wouldn't do something so stupid. So the American black community, a segment of it, does it. And it's become very popular, and people have embraced it. Foolishly, in my opinion. I'm not lying. If you don't want me to say it, I understand that. But you should keep that same energy when a black person says it, because it is self-hatred and it is foolish. But you won't keep that same energy when a black person says it, because you don't care that the N-word is said by somebody. You only care when a white person does it. If you want to call in and debate me, I can respectfully debate you, and I could put all my cards on the table and show you that I am not playing defense. I'm playing offense.
Interesting. Do we have? We've been trying to get a good debate night going. Do we have a matchup?
And Liz, you don't say the N-word. That's wonderful. I think that's great. That's I'm not being facetious. That's great. But a lot of people do. So if you don't use it, awesome. We're not talking about you specifically then. But you do know that a lot of black people do. So if you want to call in and debate me about something, I don't know what there is to debate. But I'm welcome. I welcome it. I can keep it respectful, clean, and totally honest. It's not a dead issue because you keep rambling in the chat room about how I'm not being honest and I'm being defensive about it. I'm not. I'm very open. I've said the word half a dozen times on this phone call, and I'm not going to stop. You're right. Two wrongs don't make a right. You're absolutely right. Now go and tell everyone else who does that. But you won't. But you'll tell me.
Absolutely. But here's the deal, Mr. John. We got a couple other folks on the hold there. And I know I do provoke a little bit. But we're going to catch a couple more calls here. But I do appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening. So.
And I just want to say don't retweet that video because it gives off a bad image, a bad stereotype, and if it's not even true,
it's too.
And
late.
if it's not even true,
it's
why
too late.
do it?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the point I'm going
I
to get
know.
to.
I still had like 94,000 retweets.
At the end of the stream, that's a point I'm going to get into about some of these videos that have been
Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie said that I bet you wouldn't do it in person. If someone didn't say nigga in front of me in person, no, I wouldn't say it in person to them. When someone calls me a white boy in person, you know what I do? I answer them like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I say, by the way, so what about the black boys? I slip into the conversation. You know what they do? Nothing. You know why? Because nobody's trying to fight. Okay? And if you have a problem, call in and debate me. You probably won't. You wait till I hang up. You call in and run your mouth, but you won't. Okay? Your panties are in a bunch because you just want to start a fight because you like drama. But you want to talk about the problem, but you never want to work on a solution. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Sorry for taking up so much time. Good night.
All right, Mr. John. Appreciate the call.
Yep.
I gotta fucking kill this ringer. That bothers me so fucking much. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
Taking up so much time.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hola, ¿cómo está?
me amo Roshito.
Rosita, you Japanese? What the hell? Kawasaki Ninja Bike.
I can't say my name in Spanish.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. You don't have a name in Spanish. They're gonna call you Rosa or something like that. They're gonna shorten your shit up. It's gonna be like something like that. They're gonna call you Rosa, yeah.
That's cool. I like the Racia.
Or it's Aria or some shit. But what is on your mind, ma'am? How are you this evening, Miss Rashida?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
Fine.
Good. That's always good
I
to
think
hear.
John got that bullshit started with people in the end where anyway, moving on.
I think we need to take this to the Discord. This would be a Discord discussion. You're fired up tonight.
I want to tell her I donated $20 to you through Cash App. So check your Cash App. I've been telling you to check your Cash App during the community time.
Oh, well, you know, players fuck up. You know. Oh shit.
Yeah, you put my damn $20 up there on the screen. I want everybody to know I donate $20. Goddamn, I don't donate that often. So shit, when I donate, I want my shit up there.
I got you.
Okay, now you talking about this video. I'm gonna try to stay on topic tonight. When it comes to the video, it was just stupid to me. I'm not sure if it was real or scripted. I hope it was fake.
It was a forgery. It was definitely.
The thing to me is you don't do that shit. You don't do that shit on a kid's birthday. Now, her birthday, that's different, but you don't do that shit and ruin no kid's birthday.
Okay, so I have a question because I thought about that, right? I thought about that angle. So should he have done it before then? What if he got the information, say 2 or 3 days before the birthday? Should he have done it immediately as soon as he got the information?
But first of all, he done waited 3 years to find out if it's his kid, so he could have waited another day. That wouldn't have made a difference.
So he should have done it after the birthday?
Yeah, after the day after.
But technically, isn't that but technically, what would have been the difference? Because he confronted her and gave her a month, right?
When he filed her eviction papers too, let her, so she can get out.
That's what I'm saying. But I think that was fair. He confronted her after the birthday, and still, hey, you got a month. I think that's more than fair. If someone was to offer a deal like that, so
the thing about him faking it and trying to publicly shame her, to make her look like a bitch, just make him look like a bitch too, to the public.
But as a man who's walking around with claiming somebody else's child, believing that it's his, that's one thing if you know and you choose to do that. But if you're promoting this,
no, No, people do not feel the same way about a man's pain as they feel about a woman's pain. They probably feel like if she cheated, it was probably his fault. Like
But okay, but
but
cheating is one thing. To get pregnant by another man is something completely different. It's one thing to cheat, but then to know you out there fucking raw, and then you risking disease and STDs and bringing that home.
The condom could have broke or something, and then people don't know if she was doing revenge cheat. He might have been cheating on her.
See how? Yeah, y'all see how y'all? You see how it always turns around to blame the black man. See what I'm saying?
I don't give a shit about black, white, Mexican.
Well, see, we doing all this hypothetical about my pop. Well, what if he was a stand-up guy who went to work every day, gave her everything? You saw she was talking real bougie. She was talking like bad and bougie. I want some tickets to Dubai, and I need this new Fenty, and whatever else she was talking. I don't know what she was talking about. She was saying a whole bunch of bougie stuff, so I believe that's the type of shit bad and bougie like. So what I'm saying is, so what if he been providing, giving her all this? He's done all this. What he's been the greatest dad of all time, is giving his all because he believes this is his daughter, and he's changed his life for this woman. What if he's done all the right things, and she's just selfish and greedy, wants her cake and wants to eat it too? Then what? How do we justify that?
Well, he the one chose, or he should have chosen.
No, but it's that it's not hold the woman accountable that she should be a better person. It's he should have chose better. It's not about. It still goes back to it's his fault. Not that she should be a better person. He should have just chose better. That's what we're saying.
You get what you choose. He chose a high maintenance, bougie ass woman, then that's on him. She ain't just all of a sudden start telling him she want expensive shit. He knew that from jump.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if he's provided all of that, there's nothing wrong with that. If he wants to, if he wants to provide that. But what I'm saying is, if he's done everything and accommodated all of these needs, apparently, because she seemed to be all cheesy and happy, right? And again, we know that this is a reenactment, but these are scenarios that take place. Then, so what if he's doing all the right things? And she's still going out. Like, what justification is there? Like, I'm trying to figure out how you gonna squeeze out of this, because you really making some wiggle room in some areas where there's not a lot of space. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this, but
I never said that she wasn't accountable for what she did. She was dead ass wrong. She was dead ass wrong, and he should do exactly what he said he was gonna do. Put her ass out. I don't have no problem really with him doing what he did, but the issue was more so doing it on the child's birthday. You could do that shit another day.
Okay.
But also he have to look at the way it's gonna make him look. It make him look like a corn bitch. So he has to deal with that. So hey, if he's willing to deal with it, hey, that's on him too.
But here's my thing,
now,
right?
See, the thing about the entanglement that she had was that she shouldn't have got pregnant. And if she wasn't sure who the father was, she should have low-key did the DNA test, because if he's staying there, he got all kind of these DNA around the house, on his toothbrush, his hair, anything, so she could actually know. You know what I'm saying?
So how you know, Alan? You didn't pull a move like this before?
First of all, that's none of your business. I watch more and everything. I know things. I know stuff.
Interesting.
Or you get him a glass of water, and then you get the glass. You gotta you get it grab it with a napkin and stuff. Like they do in CSI. You know what I'm saying? And get everything. So yeah, it's all kind of ways to get his DNA.
Rashida, were you a hoochie mama in '94?
Say again.
Were you a hoochie mama in '94?
I was a hoochie mama yesterday. What do you mean?
Hooray, hoochie mama. You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Hooray, hoochie mama. Anyway.
But you know what, to be honest with you, I didn't start that until I was like in my 20s. But Yeah, I didn't know that. I was, but I was. Now looking back on it, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, you
I
owned
had
it
the
up.
wrong people. I had the wrong people in my circle, and they were telling me the wrong thing. I was wearing shit I shouldn't have been wearing, and I didn't know it's that. But when you know better, you do better. So it is what it is.
That is true. That is true. 12, what's the motherfucking deal? But that's why I fucks with you, Miss Rashida, because you keep it real. You're honest, and that's what it's all about. That's what the den is all about. Honesty and growth. We all just trying to grow, trying to live a little better.
At my age, in my damn age, ain't no sense in lying and shit. For what? I can't remember the last, because if you say Rashida, then you say I'd rather just tell the fucking truth. Because you'll catch me up quick, because my memory ain't that.
Well, see, but I agree about telling the truth. So why that lady couldn't tell the truth about having somebody else's kid while she had to hold that shit for 3 years and you in here justifying her? So what's up with that? You talking about telling the truth while you justifying this woman and her deceptive lies? What's up with that?
At the time when she looked at the two men that could possibly be the father, she probably thought she was selecting what would be the best for her child and her at the same. The other man probably wasn't cheap. You know what I'm saying? He probably hit it, quit it. Probably some big penis man. She was mad at the club or something.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, none of this is good. There's no validation for the situation. But again,
you'll be surprised. He might have a lit penis. He might be a good man, but he might have a lit penis.
So that entitles her. So because he is phallic. What was it? What is it? Phallic, whatever. Phallically challenged.
Now he's big challenged.
Okay, if we want to put it in layman's terms, if he's challenged in the groin department, he should have to take care of another man's kid. That's what you're saying?
I didn't say he should have to take care of it. Clearly, I said he should put her out with. I ain't want to say with the kid, but technically that would. Yeah, she needs to go. That's not right. You don't do that to nobody. But to say I felt bad for the child. It's the whole thing is true. Because at 3 years old, you starting to bond with your father. She could have been a daddy's girl. It's just sad. And the other man that ends up could be her real father might not be shit. It might not want nothing to do.
But whose fault is that? That's the mama's fault for choosing. So, but doesn't the child deserve to know her real parents? Like, she lying to the man and the kid. Doesn't the kid deserve to know, her real father?
Is my phone cutting in and out? Because it sounds like you're only hearing half of what I feel. But I clearly said that I feel sorry for the child.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, though, is you said, the daddy might be a piece of shit and all this, that, and the third. But what I'm saying is, even if he is a piece of shit, doesn't that child deserve to know who her real father is?
But you know what? She didn't know at the time. And that child probably starting to look like the other guy, but she hoping. I don't know how she was hoping. I don't know, him and the guy she cheated with might look alike. She might be his brother or cousin. She don't know.
I want to point something out to y'all here why this is so funny.
That's why you have to treat with me in a different race. See, now if the child come out black, that's your man. But if the child come out looking Mexican mixed with whatever else, then you can tell.
So what I want to point out here is the video. I think the long version was about 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes long. And I want to talk about, because I always have like secondary and ulterior motives with some of these things that we discuss and talk about. But like I want to point out, this is like how the whole entertainment industry like fucking works. Because we have started a very in-depth discussion on a small clip. We've created background stories. We've created additional characters, history. We've created personal problems, maybe financial. It could be. We've created this whole narrative behind this fictional story and created a world for these people. And this is what happens, like, in every decent, I guess, show, where like people start creating like these big crazy narratives and like really get in depth in it. And I'm just laughing because This is what the fuck we just did about this whole script. You know, even though it's talking about the point of, you know, what the little skit was about.
Yeah.
But I'm just laughing that we really, you know, created like a whole fucking fucking cast of characters and shit. So, yeah.
But I think that happens with everything where we just feel clip or something. We want to know the whole story. We know. We want to know why. You know what I'm saying? We need some background. See, what he didn't do was do a background story, which he should have done. He should have put that at the end of the video. He should have put some kind of story together. You know, showed how it led and everything. You know, he should have made it to a whole story than just a little clip.
Okay. So he should have told us more.
He wouldn't have to do something. Right.
Oh, so he should have went and found the other dude's Facebook and put all that on there, so we would know who he was. We should just had all the info.
No, what would have been bad if he found the other guy and got a DNA test from the other guy.
So he should have just did the whole Maury show then.
Hell yeah! Now you tell me that would have been a clip for the age. Yeah, do all the work.
Is Maury still popping?
Huh?
Is Maury still popping? Does that still go on?
Not really. I ain't watched Maury in so long. I want to see a new person out there doing DNA tests.
There was a British dude. There was a British dude doing some DNA tests for a little bit. You are not the popper.
I think I saw his show before.
So there's that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I want to touch on before I go. I want to touch on the issue with the who should sit in the front seat.
Yes.
See, I wouldn't have that problem because I ain't finna go nowhere with you. That's y'all thing. Y'all go do what y'all got.
What if it's like Mama's Day and you're taking her out to a nice meal?
Yeah, I don't take her to breakfast. You take me to dinner. Shit, I mean,
what?
We could do it like that. Wow. Well, I go to brunch and she could go to dinner.
Okay, so what if you wanted to take your mom out somewhere nice?
Say, you want to take my mama? She knows she can get in the front seat. I mean, to me, the elderly person should at least be off the front seat.
Okay. So would that automatically mean that his mom would get the front seat if it was just a necessary reason that y'all all had to ride together?
Say that again now.
So does that mean also that his mother would get the front seat if there was just a necessary reason that y'all all had to ride together?
Of course she would. I would ask her, I said, Miss Johnson, would you like the front seat?
Johnson.
Yes, I will follow up with. It's not that big of a deal. It don't mean because I'm in the front seat that means I'm the first in his life. A lot of that shit is just ego and bullshit fighting between the mother and the wife, jockeying to be the number one woman in their life. When they don't realize that that's really tearing him apart, you know what I'm saying? Why should he have to choose? You know what I'm saying? He loved both of y'all, but he loved y'all different. And when you came into that man's life, if you already knew he had a close bond with his mother, you trying to step in and destroy that probably because you're jealous, probably because you don't have a good relationship with your mother. Because if you knew how important it is to have a good bond with your parents, then you wouldn't be on that dumb juvenile childish shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow up.
Yes, I agree. You got to grow up.
He hate to tell you that you the first person in his life. That's just a bunch of ego type bullshit. Like, he should be showing you, not just telling. He should be showing you important to his life. But he should also keep that same respect for his mother. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
She'll be gone. And then you gonna have him for yourself for the next 30 years. And then you're gonna be wishing she was here to get him up off your hands sometimes. Shit. Because the time that he spent with his mother is time you can go enjoy yourself, enjoy shopping and doing things you like to do. His mother-in-law's like, right?
So I gotta watch you. Yeah. You see, you always have some secondary plots and schemes All this DNA hair pulling, going out, extracurricular activities while people trying to spend time with their mama. I don't know about you. I gotta.
Hey, like you said, that's why you fucked with me. Is there anything else before I go? I was
Uh,
waiting a long time on John to finish his call, so I know somebody that was waiting behind me. Who has been waiting a long ass time.
no, that's all I got.
And the only thing I want to say about the N-word is I don't use it, and like my non-black friends, they don't use it. I would say out of respect for me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I set the example, and it's not cool with me, so it ain't cool for you to do it either. Now, I do wish that my other black people would get on board with this, but what can you do?
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, if you consider it stupid that black people adopted it as a term of endearment, and then you still want to use it, then you really calling yourself stupid for following behind stupid people. So that's all I want to say on that, Honcho. Anything else?
No, sir.
You can't call with some people. You can't call with people doing stupid with that, and then you following behind them and excluding yourself as being stupid. Like, if I see 10 people go jump off the bridge, and I say, damn, they stupid, but I run my dumb ass right behind them and jump off the bridge. But I'm not stupid. I was just adventurous. No, you're fucking dumb too. So, that's all I got on there, Honcho. You know I had to end the call with a bang bang. Biden 2020.
So you was doing so well, and I mean you were bringing it in for a landing, and then you just nosed that. I mean, you just plane parts all over the fucking. It was a terrible tragedy. It was you was doing good, and then you just fucking wheels fell off that bitch.
Like my boy man up say, when he say man down, I'm saying woman down, and I'm out.
You're not a wrestler.
Oh. Well, see, I like it. Anyway, like I said, woman down. Oh, that's why he said that. I didn't even know. I just thought that shit was cool as fuck to say. I don't know. I've been waiting to say that shit. Leave me alone.
Man, that's funny for so many reasons. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, Lord. Well, good night, dude. Y'all have a good.
All right, Miss Rashida, I appreciate your call. You have a good evening.
I'll see you in the Discord.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah, you come on and you bring your goons with you. That's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to dump and attack people, so I'm ready for y'all to do.
I got goons, and they turn on me.
The other ladies in the den, y'all come to the Discord too, because they in there trying to jump on me. I need some backup.
They can't save you.
No, we got some bad women in the den, so yeah, they can save you. They can help.
Yeah. Form a coalition. All right, Miss Rashida. Well, I appreciate your call, ma'am. I will see you in the Discord, and we'll look forward to.
My damn pistachio. Do I get pistachio for my donation too?
I got you. I gotta go back and add them in manually, but I definitely got you. I got you.
All right.
All right. Adios. Ringtone killing me. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
I almost forgot what I had to say.
It's terrible.
Between Doug, John, and Rashida. My goodness, I aged an additional 10 years. I mean, I'm going to be in an old age home hanging on this phone. How you doing, Honcho?
I'm doing very well, Miss Grace. I haven't talked to you in a couple of days, so how are you?
I'm doing well. I tried calling 2 or 3 days ago, but on hold again. So let me just get this. Let me say what I got to say and get off in case anybody else wants to call. Okay, about that video clip, I know it doesn't seem real, but it did stimulate conversation. And any girl that does something like that tricks a man into believing that the child is his, or even cheating, period. You know how I feel about that? That's some slutty-ass bullshit. It's low down. You know, however, the guy, once he found out, he could have let her know, but to sit there and come with all the theatrics and the camera and doing all of that stuff, it's like, what for? So you can go show your friends like some little kid? That was petty. And any man that does that is petty. He was 16 years old. You know what I mean? And I understand a guy like that would be hurt and want to get revenge. I fully understand that. But if you handle it differently, you can make the person feel worse. And that's no differently than when a man goes out and cheats, and then a woman finds out about it. She gets angry, so what does she do? She goes out and she cheats also to pay him back. She gets revenge with her own pussy? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Let him know that you know what he did, and you walk around and you walk away with some integrity and some morals. You know what I mean? That would make him feel worse. And let him know that he just lost a good thing, and whatever you cheated with out there, you better have made sure that that shit was so good for the rest of your life, because I'm gone. You know, but that was some bitch assness. As Pete Diddy would say. Yeah, I can't stand when guys act like little bitches. Let us. I can't stand when guys slam telephones down. That's our shit. Let us hang up the phone. Don't you do it. You know, be a man. Okay? But the call that I was going to make the other day about what was it? About the scenario where you said the woman didn't want to touch her husband and this, that, and another. Okay. But at the end you said it worked out well. You said it worked out well, and I'm glad that it did. But if a woman doesn't want her man to touch her, you mean either she's so turned off by him, or it could be a medical issue. You know, they need to check that out. You know what I mean? And if she wasn't fulfilling her man sexually, and he used it as a reason to go out and cheat, well, if you think I didn't want you to touch me before, once you get out there and start sticking that thing every place else, or that community dick, you're really not touching me now. That can only make matters worse. You know what I mean? Because every time you look at them, you know what I mean? Every time they walk by, you get pissed off looking at their ass shake. You get mad when they inhale and exhale. You get mad when they blink their goddamn eyes. You know, when they do that bullshit. So don't keep their revenge.
In a situation like that, but what would you have advised him to do? You know, because he tried to do things, and like I say, just wasn't getting the response that he was expecting. What would have been your advice if you had a male friend who may have been going through a situation like that with his wife? What would you suggest?
Yeah, I would suggest that either he sit down and talk with her and find out, is she turned off? Does she still love him? Or because she could say, I love you and I feel it and everything, but I just can't make it happen. It could be a medical issue, especially that they have a 3-year-old. You mean, things happen to women. You know, the hormones go all crazy. You know what I mean? The thyroids get all nutty. You know, all kinds of things, and sometimes they just can't help it. No more than when a man, you know what I mean, can't get an erection. You know what I mean? He can't help it.
No, he said he said that he made attempts to try to talk, but she didn't seem receptive to having those conversations.
Well, then he might have to just move on. You know, but he needs to sit down and let her know that. You mean that I love you? You mean I want to be with you? I want to make love to you, and you don't want to? You mean if she's not receptive to even having those conversations, then she may not be into him. You know, but you said at the end it did work out.
Yeah, it did. Like I say, he put forth, you know, because he's definitely, you know, loves his wife and cares about his family. You know, he did what he had to do to show that, and you know, and again, I think that learn some new ways to communicate different things. That probably definitely helped out too. So, but.
And the other thing is, you know, I mean, even if you can't make love to your man or something, if you still love him, there are other ways to show love. You know, like touching and kissing and hugging and show him that you care and nurture and doing all of those things. You know, I mean, even a blind man will be able to see maybe she can't do that, but look at all of the other things that she does for me. She's got my back. She's here for me. She absolutely shows that she loves me. You mean? And so if he has, you know what I mean, 2 cents up in his head, he would realize that she just cannot help it. She can't continue to perform. You know, and there has to be a level of enjoyment. You know, I would hate to be with anybody that I don't enjoy. You know, I mean enjoying outside the bed, because if I can't enjoy you outside the bed, I damn sure not going to enjoy you inside the bed. But I know some people are different. You know what I mean? They just want to get in the bed and roll around, and they're okay with that. I wouldn't be. You know, but if he can't get her to talk about it, if he couldn't get her to talk about it, he may have had to go about his business. You know, because, and if they stay together, they could be staying together, you know what I mean, just to save face. You know what I mean? And if for the child, I understand what some people say, don't stay together for the kids, but I have witnessed, you know, some couples that have stayed together in spite of mostly the man cheating, and these women hung in there and they raised, and you know what, in the end, they seem to have the most beautiful families because there was some kind of togetherness. The mother stayed, you know, with that father, even though he had issues, even though he drank, even though he might have cheated or something like that. You know, they stayed together for the kids, and now the kids are grown, and they have the tightest, the most beautiful families possible. And I know one in particular that I'm thinking of. You know, so you know sometimes women will stay, and the man will stay. You know, and he might want to go out and cheat. She'll put him in check. You know, but they stay together for the kids. So I don't totally say don't stay together for the kids. If you're fighting and you're rocking, socking robots and things like that, then that's different. But if there's none of that physical violence and somebody's not so miserable, you might be able to just hang in there and get through it.
So you're saying
it sounded like an export marriage, and I ain't never been married.
Cheating builds stronger relationships. That's what you're saying.
No.
You know, people will find a way to misquote you.
That woman was strong to begin with, and she was going to do whatever she could to keep her household together and to keep her kids together and to keep her family together. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he stayed right there. You know what I mean? But that woman, you know, she made that choice because he was the one that stepped out and did the things that she didn't like. You know, but I've seen women do that, and the kids grow up and you know, they show them how to love, because sometimes, you know, people just love somebody even though they're not in love or they're not passionate or not physically attracted to them, but they still do love and care about each other, and they do that, you know. But as long as that woman was trying to make her husband happy, he should have been able to see that. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could have been a medical issue. But that's all pretty much that I have to say, because I try to abide by the 10-minute rule, because I try to have consideration for those behind me. Okay, not like some people. You know, they need to hang up after 10 minutes. You mean get at the end of the line, you know what I mean, and then try to get in again. That's what they need to do. But it's all good. It's all good. But nope, last night I peeked in the Discord, and the night before I peek in, and I know how Broderick summons me. You know, I look at that, and I peek in, I see who's in there, and I roll over and go to sleep. I told him, I need my beauty rest project just like your wife, because she's sleeping.
Yeah, Broderick's a troublemaker.
Oh, he's funny. He's funny. But that's pretty much all that I have to say. Hey, Sarah. Hey, everybody. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Belle. Okay, I'm going to hang up now. Now you got me all wired for sound. I'm going to try not to go into the Discord. Is somebody talking about me on here?
I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the Discord. No, beyond the funny thing, he's just a terrible person. He's like the worst person in the den.
Oh, isn't he? I said he can ride on the hood of a car, use him as a little ornament, like with that little Mercedes-Benz thing goes, put beyond the funny nigga right there. That'd be good. Hey, beyond the fun. Wait, hey, beyond a funny N.
I'm just saying your name.
Yep. I'm just saying the N. Nigga.
Beyond the funny is a part of history.
I don't care about that word. I don't care about the word. You know, I don't. Like I said, we grew up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. You know what I mean? It's not what you call me, it's what I answer to. You know, I mean? You call me a bitch, I'll answer if I feel like it. You call me a nigga, you know what I mean? I may not answer you. It depends. You know, it's not what you call me, it's what I answer to.
Correct.
You know, but okay, that's about it. So you made me stay on the phone a little longer, Honcho, but I'm going to get off.
Well, it was well worth it.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Grace. Well, I appreciate you calling in. It's good to hear from you, and I'm glad to hear your thoughts on tonight's topic.
Okay, thanks for taking my call. Bye-bye.
You have a good evening. Bye-bye. I think this will probably be the last call. Anybody else who may be home, I apologize. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Hey, how you doing, man? It's my first time checking your thing out. This is Anthony James. The dude John was trying to call me out to debate him.
Yeah. Anthony, how you doing this evening, Mr. Anthony?
What's that?
I said, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, you know. So to stay on topic, I'll hit the video thing. I'll take it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. If a woman tricks a man into being the father of their kid, what's the legal ramifications to that woman for doing that? Because the man is going to be on the hook in a lot of these states. I'm out here in Washington State, from Brooklyn, New York, originally, but the man is going to be on the hook for the rest of that child's life in some of these states because he signed a birth certificate, he claimed the kid as a child under false pretenses, and there's no penalty to the woman, right? So I get that it was probably a fake video, but it really touched a lot of people, obviously, because somebody knows somebody that been through that. So I think it was wrong. As far as if it was real and the guy did that on his birthday, that's really petty. But at the end of the day, women have to have a responsibility for what they're doing. You know, and that's what's really sad. You know, and you know, hearing some of your callers talk about, well, you know, like the lady that was a little long-winded talking about, yeah, well, you know, he may not have been hitting it right in the bed and all this other stuff, kind of justify the woman's actions. It doesn't go both ways. Because if a man is saying, oh, well, you know what, she doesn't really do much for me, so that's why I'm out there cheating, then they call the guy a dog and he's terrible and all that other stuff. You know, so I'm kind of tired of the double standard that they have in place, right? So that's my 2 cents on that video. The other topic that you were talking about, which was with this Jewish cat talking about nigga, he said that he knows people that he can say it to and people that he can't say it to. So then, by definition, doesn't that mean that he knows that it's wrong to say it in general if he's picking and choosing people who he can say it to?
That's a good point. Because if you have to pick and choose, if you have to kind of be decisive with it, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you know, you got to pick and choose, and you got to make sure you're saying it to the right person because you don't want your jaw to get cracked. Is really what he should have said, you know. And I'm not a fan of saying N-word because if you walk up to somebody and say, hey, you big N-word, move out of my way, and you're the wrong person, you're gonna get slapped just as bad as you say nigga. And it's an ugly word. It was a word that was created to demean us so that they can take advantage of us because you can't kill a human being, but you can kill a nigga. And then when we adopted it, because we used to call each other brother and sister, and the killings in our community wasn't as high back then when we called each other brother and sister. But once we started adopting nigga and calling each other nigga, you can kill a nigga, but you can't kill a brother. You understand what I'm saying? So it's wrong because we're the only group of people that would take a word that was created for us to demean us, and all of a sudden now it's a term of endearment. We're playing into that white culture. We're playing into that dynamic of, okay, well, we don't mean enough to the rest of society, so we don't mean enough to ourselves, and then we incorporate it into our music. We call on women bitches and hoes and all the other stuff in their music. You know, not so much now, but like when I was coming up in the 90s, it was all over the place. You know, and it's a sad state, man. And I wish this dude John would be back on the phone so I can debate the hell out of him for the little 10 minutes because it's my first time on your show and first time catching you, man, Honcho, and I dig this, man. So I'll be back, you know, watching you. But I do realize that I've been on hold for quite some time now, so if we can do it within 10 minutes, it's cool, so these other people can get on and talk to you as well, you know?
How about it? And again, like, I don't know, let's put it like this, because usually, like, so we go about 2 hours and start getting ready to wind it down, but we do usually have, like, a segment, like a day dedicated to anybody who has issues with other den folk and they want to get on the line and, you know, kind of just debate, talk it out. With den folk debates is what we call it. And I was actually kind of pondering whether or not to do one tomorrow But if y'all would like to have a discussion, I mean, we can kick it off if y'all are both available. And then, like I say, you don't necessarily have to be restricted to the 10 minutes or to a time frame. You know, we could have a good discussion if y'all would like to do it like that.
Okay, all right. You know, listen, man. Look, I'm on the West Coast, so I don't know where you're located. I'm happy that I found your. And I'm looking at I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, they call him John from New York, right? Yeah, he is still wrong. Listen, Neptune, you're right. He is still wrong, and he's a little bit of a coward because he want to say I said ER and I didn't say ER. I said A. No, you said nigga. Whether you pronounce it with an A or ER, you said nigga, John. So I hope you're listening. You said nigga, and you're very cowardly in how you're trying to skate the issue by saying that. You're saying it as a term of endearment.
Call John NEOWWWWWW.
It's bad when we say it too. And the fact that you're trying to justify it, and I hope you're listening, the fact that you're trying to justify it makes sure that you realize that you're wrong when you say it. But so if you want to do this tomorrow, Honcho, I'm down. Just let me know how I can get in contact with you, man. Is it calling you at the same number at a specific time, or let me know?
Yeah, usually, like I say, I've been having some shaky weeks the last few weeks, so the time has been kind of off. But usually try to shoot, because I'm down here in Texas, so it's I base everything off Central Time. Usually try to go about 9 o'clock Central Time, and then the shows usually last about 2 hours, and then we'll go to the Discord conversation after. Everybody either has like a group chat or can continue to text chat or whatever, voice chat, whatever it may be. So that's usually what I'm shooting for. So I'll be shooting for 9 o'clock tomorrow. So if y'all want to make that happen, like I said, we can start off like that, no monologue or anything like that. We can jump right into the debate.
All right, man. So 9 o'clock Central Time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then I see John talking about I'm insane in the little chat. No, John, I'm not insane. I'm truthful. And I'm the wrong person for you to try and get into a debate with, because I will shut you down. I know the etymology of the word nigga. I know why it came about. I know how it came about. I even know the etymology of the word kike. So if you really want to play with me, come on tomorrow, brother, and we will turn this thing out. Ain't nobody scared of you. Ain't nobody crazy. The only person that's scared is the person that's going to say, I said ER and I didn't say A, and he's lying on me. No, you said nigga. Just own up to it. You said nigga. You use nigga in your conversations with black people. You feel like you can say it, and then you feel like you're justified in saying it, but you can't say kike. And you'll take offense if somebody said kike to you. Come on, John. Come with it tomorrow, brother. Come with it tomorrow. I'm waiting for you. We can do it right now. If Honcho want to do it right now, pull up the three-way, and I'll kill you for 5 minutes, and then we do it again tomorrow. So really, it's up to you, Honcho. It's your show, brother. It's your show. And John, negus is not where nigga came from. Negus is an Ethiopian word that means king. Nigger was derived from poor Southerners not knowing how to say Negro, and then they switched it to nigger, and then they used that to demean us and kill us and hang us because they weren't hanging. They were good Christian folks that was not hanging human beings. They were hanging subhuman beings. They were hanging cattle. And that's why they called us niggers. So negus is not the derivative of nigger. You don't know what you're talking about. Please come on tomorrow so I can eat you alive. That's what I want to do. Please. I will eat you alive, brother. Please. Please come. Keep on texting. I'll answer you through text right now. I'll answer you through text right now. But again, I'm not gonna take your show, Honcho. It's your show. However you want to handle it, I'm down. You want to do it tomorrow at 9 Texas time? I will make sure that my behind is here. At whatever the equivalent will be on the East Coast time for Texas, and then West Coast time, for Texas, and I want to eat you, John. Just Sarah, yes, I want to eat them alive. I can't stand people that want to justify using nigga, especially those that are not in the group to use nigga. Not that we should be using it. I don't use it. I don't say N-word again because it's just like saying nigga. Your mind says N-word, it says nigga. So please, John, please, just make sure you show up tomorrow. That's all. That's all. Debate now. Yes, John, come with it. I'm sorry, dude. It's like, I've seen your videos before and I dig, all right? I like the intelligence that you come with. I like the topics that you come with, and it's the first time that I've seen you go live. So I said, okay, let me see what this is about. But the thing that bugs me the most is when people try to justify something that they know that's wrong, especially when they do this racial bullshit and they know it's wrong, and then they want to make the delineation and say, okay, I said ER, I didn't say A. Come on, man. Come on. Cowardly. Cowardly.
Okay.
What?
I think we're gonna because I know how the den folk get. We're gonna save this for tomorrow, and we're gonna jump it off 9:00. We will have a den folk debate night, and so any other den folk who have some issues with anything anybody else has said, y'all let me know. We're gonna get it lined up. Y'all been talking about we haven't had a good den folk debate in a while. We're gonna set it up. We will actually have a conversation. I think it'll be a very good conversation. I want to be able to allow y'all. I'm gonna let y'all jump it off. Y'all will have whatever amount of time y'all need to have a discussion. I'm actually looking very forward. I think it'll be a very good discussion.
Okay, and John, if you're listening, brother, go do your homework. Go online and look up the word nigga so you have an understanding of where. Because I know my history. I know this country's history. So I'm ready for you, my friend. I'm ready for you. So please do your homework because I'm coming hard at you, brother. I'll even tell you how the word that you won't say kike. I'll tell you how that word came about too and how it was used. So I'll school you on your history too. So come on, please. I'll be here tomorrow. You tell me. What is it? Is it 9:00 or 10:00? What time, Honcho? Tell me what.
9 p.m. Central Time. So what West Coast time is about 7 y'all's time? Something like that. So it's 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah.
9 p.m. Central Time. Then I will be there at 6:30 waiting for 6:30 my time waiting for. I'll be there half an hour early waiting for you. So just pick me right up, man. It's going to be the Washington State zip code 253. That's what I'm calling you from. Please, John. I hope you eat your breakfast tomorrow. I hope you eat your lunch tomorrow. I hope you have a full belly and you're properly hydrated because I'm going to wear your ass out in this debate, brother. Talking about you said ER and didn't say A. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. You know you said nigga, whether it was an A, an AH, an ER, with 2 G's and whatever other letters you want to put behind it. You know you said nigga, and you're a coward for using it, and you're a coward for not owning up to the fact that you're saying nigga to other people, and you won't say nigga to people that you know will smack you in the mouth for saying it. So please, eat your Wheaties, brother, because I'm coming for you. Coming for you. Anyway, Honcho, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take up all your time. I will be here tomorrow, and I'm going to sit here and watch John beg and borrow and plead to get out of the fact that he's calling people nigga for the rest of the time that you're on tonight. So you have a good night, brother. I'm happy I found you. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Mr. James, man. I appreciate your call, sir.
All right, brother. Take care.
Have a good evening. All right. Okay. Well, that's to be giving the people what they want. Y'all been wanting a debate. Tomorrow night we will have a debate. Oh, what's the motherfucking deal we have calling into the DN this evening?
Oh my God, I've been on hold for so long.
This is Miss Liz.
Yes,
okay.
This is I.
Well, since you have been on hold for so long, we will officially make you the last. I know some folks were waiting quite some time, so I did want to get y'all. I do feel bad when people have to be on hold so long and don't get a chance to get in. What's on your mind, Miss Liz? How are you feeling this? First, how have you been? It's been a little bit, a couple of days since we've spoken.
Yeah, I've been good. Actually, when I joined you guys' chat last time, I was at the edge of my rope, about to take a social media break. So that's kind of why I've been like MIA. Had to decompress from all the, politics, COVID stuff, and just all that stuff. I just needed a break, pretty much.
I understand. I definitely understand that. One thing real quick. Don't listen to anything beyond a funny nigga is saying. He's a terrible person. He means you nothing but harm, and he will send you down the wrong path. I mean, in every which way of life, he has nothing but bad intentions for society. So he's one of those people that want to watch the world burn. So
I think everyone in the chat brings me harm. Go ahead.
That could also be. That could be true. Maybe it'll turn the chat back to its old glory. Everybody get riled up and mean again. It used to be so much. But it's still fun, but people used to be very, very vicious. What's your thoughts? So the video itself, yes.
That last guy, that was intense. I was like, oh shit, this is serious. This is like, damn.
No, we haven't had one of those. Well, I was supposed to say, and again, I know everybody's like, why not right now? Y'all know, I do enjoy messing with y'all's emotions from time to time, and I know y'all want it right now. But remember the last time y'all baited me into doing a debate right then and there? It turned into one of the most toxic things that ever happened.
I think it was the right decision to wait on that because tensions are high, you know. So yeah. But so your original topic, I guess. I didn't see this video. I haven't been on Twitter. Twitter was a part of my break, so I just went over there to check the video out. But yeah, it was like, did you think the video was real at first, or like what's up with that?
No, the video was fabricated, but it's about the premise, about basically what's going on. And the only reason I really, that much because I saw it, and then it was trending so much, and then Professor Trill sent it to me, and since he says I never talk about anything that he said to me, I said we'll go ahead and make that the topic tonight. But I think it's more like the conversation that was going on around this reason why I want to speak on it, because there was a lot of people justifying her doing what she did, or being deceitful, and so that's kind of where I wanted to take it.
I feel like, I don't know how anyone could defend that, honestly, because her response, it would be a bit more not understandable, but a little less, evil if she was like, if she didn't know, like she didn't know that it wasn't his, because the timelines got kind of crossed and she didn't know. But the way her reaction was that she knew, but she just purposefully hid it, and I think that changes the situation. It makes it a little bit more insidious. And so, like, obviously can't forgive her. And I think his reaction was normal, even though it's obviously staged, like to say, okay, you guys have to leave. I don't think that it's going to be a victimless thing to do, though. He's going to probably be hurting, but it might be easier to just clean break, like, okay, you just move, the child is going to suffer, but obviously, which is unfortunate, but that's what I think about that.
It would be better for the child to kind of go through that early on at such a young age, as opposed to maybe a few years later where they may have a better understanding? Or do you think that it would be better if the child was older to find out?
Well, if he's kicking them out, then I'm guessing he's pretty much exiting stage left. Like, he's going to try and exit out of the situation. The child is going to feel that. Like, kids, even at the age, if they don't remember, they're going to, at that age you're talking, right? So that kid is going to be like, Daddy, where's Daddy? I want Daddy. And she's going to be calling for Daddy, and Daddy's not going to be around. And so where she may not remember that in her conscious mind, in her subconscious, she's going to remember, wanting something from her parent, and then that abandonment of that person not giving them what she needs. Like, this is like child psychology stuff right here. So she's always going to live with that abandonment in her early development. Like, in the foundations of her life, she's going to have abandonment feelings. So it would be bad for that child if that was real, but I don't think what he would do was wrong, because, just like trying to hide that it wasn't his that's just weird. That's just evil. It's wrong. And it's just bad.
So if somebody's engaging, and I guess somebody would have to be a woman in this situation. If a woman is having obviously unprotected intercourse with multiple partners along the time of conception, but maybe she has a preferred partner that she's hoping it is, Should she be informing all parties involved of the possibility, or should she just kind of wait and play the guess and hope game?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, like let's say situation. Let's say she's single, casually dating, and maybe there's two guys she's sleeping with, and one decides that he wants the situation to be more serious and like, okay, let's really date. And so let's say she dumps the other guy and starts dating the one guy who actually wants to take the situation serious. Now she's pregnant, and then she's not really sure. Well, if that was the situation, she should definitely let the boyfriend know and the other guy know, if she plans on keeping it, that, hey, I'm pregnant and I was seeing two people at the same time. You know, I just want to let you guys know that this, you know, I'm having a kid and it could be yours, I guess. This is where I don't understand why there are some women that will go through with a pregnancy like this. I just don't really get that, but I mean, I guess, you know, that's what they do. If they want the kid, then they just have it.
But why do so many women get like? Because let's be honest, we know it's a double standard, but women are going to be the ones that are going to have to bear that responsibility, carry the child. You know, we know what happens. But like, why do you think even in this day and age, like with all the alternatives, contraceptive, everything that's available, that this still happens so often? And why are women willing to take that risk?
Honestly, I don't really know. I don't really get it. Like when I look at the stuff that goes on with the celebrities, you know, with like the baby mama culture, I definitely feel like there's a financial element to that for them having the babies and stuff like that. But like for the everyday chick that does it, like, all right, I'll be honest with you, I have a family member who's a bit like this, and
yeah, we all do.
And I believe that she had the kid because, first of all, she wanted to keep the dad around. I think she wanted to prove some weird point to his other baby mamas, possibly. And I think that she was also bored and had no direction in life, and she didn't know what to do next, so she had a kid, and it kind of gave her some motivation or direction of something to do. Like, okay, now I have a kid, so now I really have to work all the time. Now I have somewhere to do. I have somewhere to go, something to be. Like, unfortunately, I mean, there are people, you know, there are people, women who, like, you know, they want to have a kid. Like, their life they don't really have any other dream besides that. Like, they just want to be a mom. So, you know, like some people, it's like their purpose, I guess, to say. And so with her, that's what I think is what she did. She was actually kind of a lost person, and she had no direction. And when she had a kid, it just kind of like forced her into like leveling up her life, if that makes sense. Oh, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a mom. I want to be a mom too. And I don't think there's anything wrong if that's like if that's all you want to be, is like, I just want to be a mom. I just want to have a family, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think it's wrong as if you can't afford to take care of the kid properly, you know, or you're being irresponsible, or you don't spend money properly. You're dragging a kid through poverty, through the mud. You're, you know, having babies by dusties, bums. You know, I don't like any of that stuff, but it ain't me, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to be a mom. So, you know, whoever's into that. I mean, I know this day and age, everybody can be mom. Men can be mom. Not really. Okay. So.
You said you don't want to be a mom?
No, I don't want to be a mom. Yeah, I don't want to be a mom. You know, because
What about a dad? Do you want to be a dad?
You know, we'll figure that out along the way.
So you don't have any kids?
No, I have no biological children.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, perspective, I guess, depends on how you look at it.
Well, I mean, just because I didn't get the message that you were married, so it's good that you don't have children with random people.
No children with randoms or familiars. No, but so you were talking about, the being a mom thing, right? You want to do that, but that kind of brings me to the secondary question. Again, that was the other video I didn't post up, but there was another video that kind of was trending a little bit before this one, another stage video, but it was kind of blurred lines. Again, where a guy was pulling up with his mom in the front seat. Who do you feel like gets that respect? Should a married man, does his wife, is that the first lady, or is his mother the first lady?
Wait, can you say a guy pulled up in a car and his mom was in the front and his wife was in the back seat?
No, his mom. He was pulling up on his wife to go pick his wife up. So his mom was in the front seat, and so the wife said, "Well, the mom should get in the back seat because I'm your wife. I should be in the front seat." And the mom, and they found the most ghetto mom who played this role, was basically like, "Nah, I'm the mom. I brought him in this world, et cetera, et cetera. I get the front seat." And so there was, like a debate, and then the wife is apparently standing on the sidewalk with her homegirl. It's a whole different thing. But in that situation, who do you feel like, is the first lady? The mom?
Well, I'm gonna give a kind of annoying answer. I think once you get married, your wife is first, or your husband comes first before your parents. But I know sometimes old people have difficulty getting in and out of the back seat. So if she's like older, she needs to sit in the front because it's just easier for her to get in and out of the car than in the front seat. But I guess playing along with the whole question, the theory is, I think the wife should be in the front seat, and parents should be in the back. I think so. What do you think? Or you answered this question earlier. I think you said the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wife.
Yeah. I mean, shit. My parents made me fucking sit in the back seat all that time. They can sit in the back seat for a little bit. They'll be all right. But I think it is. I think once you get, because I believe that once you make that commitment, that you are one. You become one in union. So I mean, that's your significant other. That's your you, I guess. So I guess that should be who should be in the front seat. Not saying that of course you came from your mom. You're a part of her or whatever. But I think it's just a different marriage unit is different. So I think the wife gets the front seat. But you make the back seat extra comfortable for mom, so I think that's how it works.
Yeah, sometimes they just sit in the back. Like, I think there was only one occasion when I was in the car with my dad and a guy I was dating, and my dad definitely sat in the back. Like, he voluntarily went back there and sat in the back seat. While my ex rode up front, and so. There was another thing. You said that you wanted to address something I said in the chat about Texas or something like that. Texans.
Oh yeah. You watch yourself. All right. We don't take too kindly to Texan slander around here. All right.
There is a bunch of y'all in the chat that's from Texas.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
I don't even know anybody from Texas. I was just doing my, usual trolling and triggering,
I mean, there's a line between trolling and everybody having fun in games, and then there's a point where you've crossed it. When you start talking about Texas, you've crossed it. I'm saying don't mess with Texas.
Were you born in Texas?
Yes, born and raised in Texas. Wouldn't change it for
Are you
world.
gonna live in Texas forever?
Probably. The way the rest of the country is looking and trending, I think that it's infecting Texas too. So as long as it stays the way it is, if it starts to change too much more, then I might think internationally.
What part of Texas are you from again?
In Houston.
Houston. Are there nice beaches in Texas?
No. Yeah, but no.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I asked that. before.
Yeah, I think you go down to Corpus, it's all right. It's been a long time since I've been to Corpus, so I couldn't tell you. But over here in Galveston, no, it's the dirtiest, trashiest water you've ever seen. You know, there was like a point where they put some like blue dye or something in there. Like it's bad.
Oh, you're from Wait, you live in Galveston?
No. I mean, that's just like the nearest beach.
Yeah, beach. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've never been to Texas. Did you hear that Joe Rogan's moving to Texas or something like that?
Because he knows what's up. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what's bothersome. See, all the Californians are moving to Texas and trying to make it like fucking California. You're leaving California for a reason, so don't bring your fucking California ideals over here.
Oh, well, this is what's going to happen. Yeah. This is what I read, that there's a mass exodus on cities right now. Like, tons of people are leaving cities. They're moving back to the suburbs. They're going to be moving to rural areas and stuff like that. So you're going to expect to see a lot of Californians and New Yorkers in Texas.
Don't like it.
They're gonna come there. They're gonna flip Texas blue.
Now they're gonna have to go home. Yeah, that's when that when you start seeing them Texans that start coming out the bushes and the woodworks and shit. You know, fucking see that other side of fucking Texas. Nah, man, it's I couldn't fucking do it. Like it's terrible. Yeah, but I definitely see Texas changing the way that it's changing. You know, like I say, if it gets too much further, I definitely I don't know. I don't even know if I want to be in the U.S. So.
Do y'all have do you see like super large obese people every time you leave the house?
What are you trying to say? Because Houston was once, is probably still teetering somewhere as one of the fattest cities in the country, that you just expect that I see fat people every time I go out? Is that what you're saying?
Is it really number one city? I didn't even know. I know Texas is.
I'm like super offended by that. I mean, I'm fat, so I wake up in the morning and see fat people. So, no, but yeah, everywhere you go, you see fat people. Yeah, everywhere you go, you're gonna see fat people. Like, it's crazy. It really is. Like, because I was thinking about it the other day.
Like morbidly, like over 300 pounds kind of deal.
Oh man, yeah, you're gonna see over 300-pound people on the regular. Like, that's that's nothing. 300 pounds. You gotta start
like okay, like 400, like
yeah,
like my 600-pound life kind of deal.
I won't say I see like 600-pound people everywhere, but you're gonna see 300+ people easily every day. Like if you go out and do regular stuff, like you go, it's easily. Like if you go to the grocery store, you're guaranteed to see several morbidly obese people. Like it's just a thing. So I mean.
And so like you guys have like are all your portion size, like, you know, I heard they say everything is bigger in Texas, like huge portion size of food, like drinks and fried chicken and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would say yeah, absolutely.
You guys have buffets everywhere?
A lot of buffets, mainly Asian buffets.
Have you ever seen someone break a chair?
In person? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Bro, everything really is bigger in Texas.
But I mean, it's like, but you don't think about it because it's just, it's like, it's normal, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. You know, it's a thing, I guess. Cause it's just so used to people being big. But yeah, I mean, now that you mentioned it, it's bad. Now that I think about it.
Someone said that somebody got, my cousin was 800 pounds. He's down to 500 now. He almost had to be cut out of his house. Oh,
that's wild. Like,
I'm not trying to laugh because, you know why? someone gets that size, it's like a mental illness. Like they have a very serious food addiction. Like it's bad. It's like someone addicted to heroin or crack.
I mean, when you kind of get that size, I mean, I know that moving around has to be difficult. So you're gonna find very few pleasures in life, and food got you that way. So I'm pretty sure it'll definitely keep doing the trick. That's I don't know, man. I don't know that's tough. But that's what's up though. To actually lose that much weight, I know it's tough to once you get that big, start losing it. That's why.
Well, they make the food. At these restaurants, like the food we buy in the grocery store. If it's not Whole Foods, like they actually have scientists that they bring in to make the food super like palatable.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how like you've eaten Doritos before, right?
No.
Like you know how you eat. You never had Doritos?
No, I've never had Doritos.
Okay. Are you trolling me or?
No, I mean, what's so special about Doritos?
Okay, what about regular potato chips, right? You eat it, it's very like savory and salty, and then the flavor just like disappears really quickly. And they actually bring in scientists to do that so that the flavor comes really strong and it disappears really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then it makes you like keep eating and eating and eating them.
Mm-hmm.
So they like, yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I've eaten Doritos. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, so I'm like, what?
Yeah, but no, that's crazy that they do that. Because I used to fuck up, what was those cookies? Those Famous Amos cookies, real bad. And I'm just like, oh, these cookies are really good, but they cannot really be cookies. Famous Amos. Like those little fucking cookies with the black dude on the box. They hosed him. Well, he got finessed. I mean, that's why you gotta guess read contracts. They finessed him out of his name, his fucking cookies, his likeness, everything. And then he ended up going to start another cookie brand. But yeah, I think I was reading that box, and that's when I started noticing that shit when it said like food product. I don't know what do you mean a fucking food product. This ain't real fucking food. The majority of the shit that we're consuming is fucking. It's terrible shit. It's not it's terrible food, man. So
do you have like a junk food that's like you can't resist, like if you see it you're like, damn, I need that?
Yeah, there's these particular do you know what HEB is, the grocery store?
The what?
The HEB, the grocery store.
ATV, I don't know nothing about that.
No, see, y'all way up there. Y'all aren't blessed with the greatness of what an HEB is. HEB is amazing. Well, they have like these chips, these baked fucking, baked or kettle, whatever the fuck they are. Fucking kettle chips. And they're just plain fucking chips. But the motherfuckers are so fucking good. I don't know what kind of, cocaine or whatever the fuck they put in them that just makes them so addicting. But like
plain chips.
They're plain basic ass fucking chips.
Something like hot wings or a cheeseburger.
I mean, you're talking about like food. Those like game day foods and shit. Yeah. I mean, well, lemon pepper wings from Wingstop. Can't resist them. Lemon pepper wings from Wingstop. Can't resist them.
Oh.
Best in the game.
I like their garlic parmesan wings actually, but for me it's like I like cheese fries. Like if I see cheese fries, it's just like I gotta have them. I gotta have that.
Cheese fries.
Yeah.
Where's the go-to cheese fry spot?
Actually, Wingstop's fries are not bad. But I don't like fries that don't taste like French fries. Like they have to actually taste like potatoes. If it tastes like some weird McDonald's hybrid, fry that doesn't ever rot, then no. Definitely don't like that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's what we're finna do. I got some debauchery I have to get into here shortly. We're gonna slide to the Discord. Are you going to join us in the Discord, Miss Liz?
Honcho have prepaid here to debate
So am I
Anthony.
gonna
Tears
go?
of joy, tears of
Yeah,
joy, tears of
Yeah, are you going to
joy.
join us this evening in the Discord?
I might join for a little bit. John from NY, did he left already?
Yes, I think Mr. James.
All right, see ya. I see people are good night and good night, Anthony. You really told him. The guy John, yeah, that's gonna be really interesting.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a very interesting debate between two pretty intelligent gentlemen. So I'm looking forward to.
I think it's gonna be a stupid debate because Anthony is right. He's gonna hand him that ass. He's gonna hand him that ass. You know, but it's just a stupid thing that has already been debated. It's already been talked about to death. We all know what the right answer is, and you know, just continue to argue about it is just stupid.
The right answer
will be tuning in.
Is to call everybody nigga. That's how we solve the problem. Just call everybody nigga.
That is not what I would say, but I will be there tomorrow instigating in the chat. Don't worry, I'll pencil you all in.
Oh, okay. Good. We'll have your people reach out to our people.
Okay.
We'll do lunch. But no, definitely okay. We'll definitely be looking forward to it, and I hope you can join us here in the Discord shortly. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, strawberry, streetberry. I can't even say your name right. God damn it, such ass.
It said I can't curse. I don't get it. What do you mean? She tried to curse. Call her no chick. Just no. I don't know what that means. But all right, so I will see y'all on the Discord, I guess, for a little bit.
Right,
maybe.
Well,
I might just lurk, but.
Well, I'm expecting you to be there now, so I'm keeping that as a commitment. So I will be expecting you in the Discord.
All right.
Well, I appreciate
for
you.
letting me call in. Peace out.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. You have a good evening. I'll talk to you shortly.
Bye.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up on that one. Wind it down. Looking forward to it. If anybody else has any issues that they feel like they need to debate, discuss, hash out with any of the other den folk, try to let me know in advance so we can try to make sure we, have all conversations that need to be had arranged. But I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it'll be a very good conversation tomorrow. Yeah. Discord. Y'all need a link? If you ain't got the link to Discord, let me go ahead and drop that in there. I'll be in there. I would not be surprised if somebody's in the Discord already. I'm gonna look and see. Let me be nosy. Let me cut this off before I fucking be playing a bunch of sound and shit. You know, niggas be in the Discord talking all kind of reckless. No, interesting. Interesting. Let me go ahead and mute that before it gets crazy. All right, I'm gonna drop the link in here real quick for y'all. And if you ain't got it, and then we're gonna slide. And tomorrow, 9 o'clock, I will be on time. I will definitely be on time. And we're gonna actually finally have a debate. We ain't had one in a while, so I'll make sure to be on time, and it'll be a good deal. All right. Oh, appreciate it, Culture. Thank you, sir. All right. With that being said, dead folk, y'all are the best. Y'all are the greatest. I appreciate y'all for being here. I thank y'all. I know that the last few weeks have been a little rocky. Schedule been a little sketchy. Like I say, just working on a lot of stuff in the background, getting some things together. I have a vision for the den, and so hopefully within the next few weeks to a month, I can get a lot of these things ironed out and change it up a little bit. Like keep the same den element, but just it's some things I want to swap it up a little bit and do it a little bit differently. But so I'm looking forward to that. But in the Discord, we'll be in there right now. Again, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all do got to get the fuck up out of here. I thank y'all for coming. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Make sure you're following on the proper social medias with Den Show Live on Facebook, Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. That way, if you want to get updates to the Den, episodes and things like that, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you got the notification bell filled in. Tell a friend about the Den. But with that being said, I'm chunking up a deuce. Y'all be cool like I'll be cool. Until mañana. I'm out. No, that's the wrong thing. Now I'm out.